This video is sponsored by Clawee. This video is sponsored? The last time I reviewed Clawee was back in 2019, and since then there's been so many things added to the game that I think an updated review is actually necessary. So before I go into the whole thing, let me go ahead and give you a quick recap on some of the things that haven't changed since that time. You can play semi-traditional styled claw machines on your phone via webcam and win prizes that will get shipped to you. At minimum, this game will cost you about $4 to gain VIP status, which basically gives you free shipping, daily bonuses, and other discounts of that nature. However, you can put more money into the game if you want to. Shipping isn't that bad, and from what I remember back in 2019, many reviewers often stated that there was issues with shipping. However, Clawee has become a lot more transparent about their expectations on shipping, often quoting that delivery may take upwards to 8 weeks, or that tracking is much easier to find on the app. The only thing is that if you're still going to be ordering a large order, there's a possibility that you might be getting things in multiple shipments, so you're not going to get everything all together and they'll kind of come piece by piece. The prizes you can get are pretty great. Towards the end of the review, I'll be showcasing some of the prizes that were shipped to me recently, and honestly I was surprised at the quality of them. Lastly, would I suggest playing this game? I'd say yes. After playing through some of the new changes that we're going to be talking about in this video, I'm fairly confident with the app and would suggest that you at least try it out before making an opinion about it. So those are some of the features that have persisted since the 2019 review, with a little bit of additional details as to how they've developed over the years. For today, what we're going to be discussing is pretty much just any of the new events that are happening, the cost of the game, new gameplay, reporting technical issues, and looking at the quality of the prizes. So let's go ahead and get into it. So when you enter into the game now, you'll notice one of the first things that happens is that you'll receive multiple ads providing discounts or describing new campaigns to win coins or events to gain access to new prizes. And keep in mind that most of these things are going to be available to people who are VIP members. You can search through the newsletter tabs to see what campaigns are available and choose to participate in them if you want to. Although the way it is marketed kind of bums me out because Clawee runs so many ads in their menus, it's pretty bothersome. I could be playing a machine and the moment I exit out, I get an ad. Then if I go into another machine and exit, I'll get another ad. And to be honest, it's a really frequent occurrence. I understand why Clawee is doing this because obviously they want to make sure that people know that discounts are happening or there's events that they can participate in. Really, I think they only need to do it in the beginning of the game when you first open up the application, because there's a lot of different ways that you can reach this information by clicking on some of the banners or even the newsletter tab at the bottom of the screen. But if there is something that I would say that Clawee did really great, it's about the cost of this game. So let's go ahead and talk about how much this costs. Surprisingly enough, Clawee actually got cheaper from when I first reviewed it. In fact, I was so shocked I needed to make a chart to keep track of the changes. Here you'll see the different price points arranged in columns from when I first reviewed the game to its current state. And basically, they gave a 1.5% increase in the amount of coins per dollar for their base prices. And because there is currently a discounted rate at the time of this recording, I went ahead and calculated the sale price per dollar as well. So based on the chart, you can see that people who are currently buying coins at the sale price are getting an average value of 227 coins per dollar USD. That's pretty intense, isn't it? I really get into a deep dive of it, but let's go ahead and check to see how much this game really costs. Looking at a game that costs about 170 coins to play is equivalent to about 75 cents USD. And if you're looking at some of the higher cost machines like this one, which is around 1,000 coins per play, this goes to a value of about $4.40 per play. So you're basically looking at spending between 75 cents to $5 USD per play on a machine. And if you're looking at just the non-sale price of coins, that's basically $1.50 to $10 USD. I do remember that in my last review that there was a machine that had a per play cost of $14, which is really steep. So I'm hoping that Clawee looks into this and just possibly keeps the sale price intact or just makes it permanent, because it's a pretty good price range. If you're thinking about other crane game apps or just Japanese claw machines, there happens to be a per play cost of around $1 to $3 USD. So I think it would be really cool. The one thing I will say is that, it's really great that Clawee actually made the prices a little bit cheaper, and I applaud you for that. Thank you. Alright, so let's go ahead and look at some of the new features in regards to gameplay. This is pretty good. I think the music has definitely improved from the last time, and I'm really enjoying it because I think it just sounds a lot more cheery than what it used to be. As far as I can tell, there's only 2 tracks that play in the entire app, so let's go ahead and take a listen. The first track plays continuously as you navigate through the different menus in the app. And the second track is only heard when you actually start playing a game.
Ready? Go!
For those of you who have seen some of my previous reviews, you do know that I enjoy the music a lot for some of these crane game apps because it really does help with the enjoyability of the game. So, pretty good on you, Clawee. Alright, let's go ahead and continue looking at some of the new features. One of the features I highlighted a lot in my previous review was that some of the cranes allowed you to win coins, and Clawee recently added new types of machines that expand on this concept. In the arcade tab, you'll find a series of machines that are mostly sports themed, and if you win these machines, you'll win coins. But you'll also find that these types of machines are scattered throughout the app, where you can also win prizes as well. So if you're trying to see what kind of machine you're going to be playing in the prize list, all you have to do is look at the icon that's on the bottom right of the prize image. And when you click on it, you'll see the machine. Now, you may be unfamiliar about how to win this thing, but luckily, on every single game window, you'll be able to see the replay video of the person who won previously, so you can figure out how to win that machine. There's another cool feature in regards to coins where you can actually exchange prizes to get more coins. If you're like me and mostly care about playing crane games rather than winning, this is a pretty awesome feature, and if you win a prize but find that the amount of coins you could get could be greater than the amount you spent, you may want to exchange it. Now this is a really awesome feature, and definitely makes it hard to stop playing. Or I'm just looking for an excuse to spend more money, which I probably shouldn't because I have so many plushies already as it is. But they do actually reward you the more that you play. So you'll notice that on the top left of each prize there's a ribbon with a number in it. This number is related to your tier level, which increases every time you play or win a prize. Pretty much it's an entry point for new players to get used to the game before playing into the more difficult machines, which have also better prizes. So if you really wanted to test your skill, this would be the place to do it. Also, the more you play, you can actually accumulate tickets, kind of like a real arcade. And when you collect enough, you can turn them in to receive prizes that are going to be listed in this freebie store. The only thing is that this store opens randomly, so you'll need to be on the lookout for when this actually happens. I think I kind of want that Clawee hat now. If anything though, it is pretty cool that they have this system because it makes it feel like there's a portable arcade in your pocket and you can play it at any other time, so it's a really cool feature. And speaking of other features, I did talk about replay videos before, so let me talk a little bit about why that's important for if you run into any technical issues. As a fortunate experience for a reviewer, but an unfortunate experience as a player, I actually ran into a technical malfunction. The good thing about this is that you can actually file a dispute to potentially get your coins back that you lost. All you gotta do is go to the menu where you can find your video replays, which is a new feature by the way, and you can click on the dispute button. You send in an initial email and then you'll get an automated response that provides you with further instructions. From here, they ask you to provide the date, time, a description, and a link of the video so they can verify the error. I know that this is a lot of information, but I think they do this mostly to prevent people from just submitting a bunch of inquiries and trying to get some coins when it's not really justified. Do keep in mind though that all of these details are available on your video replay menu as well, so it's just going to take a little bit of time, and from my experience it took only about 2 days for a Clawee service member to get back to me and refund my coins, so I was pretty happy about that. I hope that you don't actually run into any technical or maintenance issues as you're playing through the game, but just know that if you do, that you can actually dispute some of those things, and it's just going to take a few extra steps. But that's pretty much all of the new features that I kind of noticed on here. So this kind of leaves the question of, is this game something that you should consider playing? And yeah, I think you should at least try it out. You know, people often ask about the legitimacy of games, or does it seem like it's rigged or anything like that, and I would have to say this app has become a lot better than what it was before. I remember having a lot of skepticism for the app solely because of shipping issues, if not for its gameplay. In fact, if you looked at my previous review, which was not sponsored by the way, I did mention that I was a fan of the win rates you are able to get through Clawee. Even if you look at recent reviews of Clawee in the Play Store, they have a lot more positive reviews than they did in the past, so I'm glad that they are actively changing to make the game a lot more reliable and accessible to its customers. As far as prizes go, if you look at what I recently received, they are pretty legit. And I don't know any brands that specifically make bubble tea plushies, but I did get this Funko Pop of Gizmo from Gremlins, this Christmas Grinch with Dr. Seuss labels, and surprisingly enough, a Ponyta plush from the Pokemon Center Sparkling Friendship series. I was really shocked about this one, especially since I recently got some plushies from the Pokemon Center and I was comparing tags and all those other things, and this is pretty legit. So I was really shocked about that. So if these say anything about the quality of prizes you can get, maybe this would give you an idea of some of their legitimacy. Overall, this app is pretty good, and if you're looking for something fun to pass the time and you don't really want to go to the arcade right now, this is probably something that you might want to check out. And if you do, I'll go ahead and put a link in the description below so that you can check it out for yourself. And for those of you who actually already had experiences playing Clawee, it'd be great if you could also put a comment below so we can see how your experiences have been and we can share it with the community. Once again, I do want to thank Clawee for sponsoring this video. It was really great looking at all of the new features that have been added to the game. And also thank you to all of you for watching this video. It's a really great time and I will definitely see you around. So see you on the grapevine. All right, bye.